Please leave your message for
She must be
Sean Robinson.
It went past 3 ringy dingies. You must be in the shower.
Dad?
Babe,
Yeah.
the roaches tried to get in my toolbox and come
I know
home
you
with
like-
me.
I know you look.
They were all over me. They was coming out like, I'm going with you. I'm going with you. I'm going with you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Lord have mercy. And I mean, I'm trying to fix it, and they was coming out everywhere looking at me. I kept kicking them with my finger. I was so glad I had gloves on.
Ew, no.
And they was those
no.
little young motherfucking quick ones too. That was like, damn. And then he had a nerve to get the broom and sweep them up. Barefoot, like it
Oh my
wasn't
God.
nothing. Like they wasn't nothing. I'm like, that is so disgusting.
So,
If they start
what-
trying to get
what
in my toolbox,
What was your call on it? You wasn't able.
huh? I put a heating element, I put a burner on the stove. The right front burner.
Oh my God.
And when I lift that bitch up, that motherfucker came out. They said, "What fuck you want?" And one of them was across the burner. That's why it burnt out, because he stepped across that motherfucker and burnt that out.
Oh my
He was in
God.
there cooked. And then I pulled out the stove to unplug it. And Lord, have mercy.
Oh my God, babe, no.
They tried to get on my phone. I kept moving my shit around. They were under my shoe. They were under my shoe. I stepped on some of them. They were under my
Did you
shoe.
record? Did you record?
I didn't want to embarrass them. But babe, they was trying to get in my toolbox. They were trying to move. Them roaches trying to move, goddamn. They tied them. I think they from Africa somewhere. I'm like, man. Yeah, I did my job. I was like, well, at least what I came to do worked. But them roaches, oh my God.
Did you tell him due to infestation this might happen again?
You know what? I just wanted to get out of there. I told him that he has a bug problem and he needs to see an electrician, because I think they are in the wall where the power cord at. He needs to get that handled. But I showed him a picture. I did my part. It worked. My part worked. But I couldn't set the clock. You know why I couldn't set the clock? You probably need a control board.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he keeps his pots and pans in the oven.
In the oven or the oven shelf?
In
Like,
the
you know how
oven.
we have an oven.
In the
No. You know how
oven.
we have an oven drawer?
Yeah, I know. In the oven. In the oven. Over here on Riverdale Road, down from the airport. I swear to God. But he's a repeat customer. He had roaches in the refrigerator, roaches in the stove, roaches in the toaster, roaches on the floor, roaches on the TV, roaches in the bed. The little girl had roaches sitting in her hair. And she was crying. I said, Lord, Lord, get me out of here. He paid though.
That's right.
Lord, Lord.
Broke it along.
Yeah. What you doing?
You got in the shower?
Oh, I knew it was something. I got past 3 ringy dingies.
So to turn the office on, what time is it?
It is 8:44.
Yeah, that's the time.
I'm on my way to Stone Mountain to do one, and then I'm headed home.
All right.
All right. You have fun. What you doing, baby?
I got
Sexy chocolate. Bye.
I'm caramel. I'm peanut butter.
Okay, peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm peanut butter.
Peanut butter. All right, I'll holler at you. I'll call you with another story. You hang up.
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 I'm in the water.
Oh, okay, bye. Look at this goddamn traffic. I'm gonna go behind this motherfucker right here. They trying to go on 75. I'm trying to get on 285. This is how you get in a wreck. No courtesy. This is Doug. What you got?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. What's up?
Valeska, Georgia?
Who?
Valeska.
Valeska?
Yes, sir.
That is Florida, Georgia line, ain't it?
I think so.
Yeah, man. That's a good little ride.
It's too far?
Oh yeah, it's more than 2 hours.
Okay, let me check something else. Hold on. I'm checking if I have something for you now that I got you in line.
All right. I do the Atlanta area and surrounding areas.
Do you go to Union City, Georgia?
Yes.
I got a cache there from 1 to 4. It's a refrigerator side by side. Kenmore E-Light. Freezer not working. Fridge is fine. Ice maker not working.
The refrigerator's fine, but the freezer's not working.
Yeah.
I'll take it, but can I go earlier? Because I'm almost in Union City right now.
So what time can you be there?
Between 10 and 12.
Douglas says today from 10 to 12.
Yeah, because I'm almost in Union City right now, but I'm going on a call. I can do that when I get done.
Okay, let me go ahead and check if I have something now. Hold on.
All
if
right.
not, I can call the customer right now.
Okay.
Now that I got you online. Hold on. Ohio, Tennessee, Rex, Georgia. That's too far too, huh?
Rex, Georgia? What you got in Rex, Georgia?
Freezer, upright frigidaire from 3 to 5 is a cash.
Man, see, Union City and Rex, Georgia, right there together. That is too late, man. That means I would have to leave here and come back.
So what time can you do Rex?
If I can't do the other one between 10 and 12, because both of them are side by side.
Today from 10 to 12. Let me ask let me go ahead and ask the one in Union City, and I'll be right back with you. Let me call the customer. Hold
Okay.
on.
Because they side by side. I'm asking to do them at the same time.
Okay, hold on. In the area, and he can be there between 10 and 12 if you're available. Call me back. Call the 877, that's side, 935-3265, and you can let me know.
Wait, what's the number again?
935-3265.
Okay, let me call my mom and I'll call that number.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye. I'll let you know, Douglas, she's going to call me back, but if you want, I can go ahead and call the one in Rex. But what happens if she doesn't want to do this? Can you still do the one in Rex?
Yeah, that's side by side. Same time window.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so let me go ahead and call this other guy. But let me leave the note just in case she calls and Tanya answers the phone. Customer, and customer will call back in 5 minutes. Just see if they can do it. 10 to 12. Okay, this one is gone. And let me check the one in Rex.
All
I'll be right back with you. Don't hang up.
right. Okay.
If he can get it, see, I told you I have an 11:30 doctor's appointment.
Douglas, she says that she has to leave by 11:30. She has a doctor's appointment.
Should be done by then.
Yeah. He says yes, ma'am. It will be done.
You can be there by 10.
Yes.
All right.
And Luisa, I have another question for you. Right now, the diagnosis is 115, but if you do the credit card, will be 89.99. Will be fine.
Well, 89 is what she told me for Monday, and if they came yesterday, it would be 105.
Yeah. But I mean, when it's cash, it's still the same, 105. But if you do the credit card, will be 89.99. Will be fine with that?
Well, I'll do the credit card if I have to.
Okay, you got it, Luisa. So the technician will be arriving at 10 a.m. Okay?
You want to
right,
go ahead
thank
and you want to go ahead and get that credit card payment, so I don't have to.
Well, I'll have to get it because I'm still in bed. I haven't even got it yet.
Douglas,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Let me know when you get there so she can give us the credit card.
Okay. We'll
Right,
call you
got
when
it.
I get there.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Go ahead, Douglas, 10 a.m. then.
Okay.
And I'll let you know about the one in Union City.
Okay. Good enough.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'll send you the information because you don't have the cash job enabled. But I'm gonna ask them, and right now I'm gonna send you the.
When I get there, I'm gonna have her call you back.
No. I understand, but I can give you the information so you can go ahead and take advantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the customer's information so you can go ahead and. That's the one. I send it to you right now.
All right. Good enough.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. .6940 Creekfoot Lane. .6940 Creekford Lane, 30273.
Hello?
Hey, this is Doug. I was on my way to your house, but I need
Uh-huh.
I need a favor.
Okay.
I got to turn back around and go back. Something happened, and
Oh, no problem.
okay, good. Then I'll call you when I take care of whatever. Something just happened, and I will call you. Soon
Okay,
as I
that's
get
all
back.
right.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. No problem.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.
handle this right quick. Louisa Davis. about their shit, ain't they? Look at this one. Stick. I mean, look at yourself.
Yes, my favorite.
Miss Davis?
Yes.
My name's Doug Monroe. I'm here about your refrigerator.
All right, sir. Freezer.
I'm in your driveway.
Sir, I see
Oh,
you.
I see you. I'll be right with you.
A freezer, right?
Okay. He said refrigerator, but it don't matter. Let's see what you got going on.
All right, thanks.
Let's shut the fuck up. Clear. Open. She says she is where? Yeah. That. Nice. Let's get on to Stone Mountain so we can knock my day out. Good morning. need to walk all day long. I'm done. Controlling that. Can't even get in. Waiting on that goddamn hose and that pump. The UFC fights yesterday was amazing. More than I expected. I thought it was going to be boring, but there was knockouts. Every fight was a knockout. And one of them absolutely called Michelle Obama a man. He said, I wanted to say one more thing. He said, Michelle Obama is a man. And that's what he said. And he didn't hold back neither. I don't know where it came from, but he made sure everybody at the UFC fight yesterday knew that Michelle Obama is a man. That's big. I bet you ain't nobody saying nothing on the news about it neither. I can't find nothing.
Riva, and I'm back again with another video. Now, you might not recognize this woman on the screen because she's kind of a little bit incognito, but this is Erica Campbell, who is one part of the iconic gospel duo Mary Mary. Now, she's actually been on a press tour basically for her new movie that she's going to be starring in. And in regards to the movie, she's been asked questions about infidelity, marriage, and all of those things. And she went onto a platform and she decided to give her opinion, and a lot of women are not rocking with what she had to say. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the conversation, and of course, I'm going to press play, pause play, and give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire situation.
Men cheat, women get real loud.
Yeah.
When women cheat, men get quiet and they leave. And so you don't have the reason ain't nobody talking about it, because the other side is like, all right, another, okay.
This is very interesting, right? Because you know, I'm assuming based off of the press that she's been doing that she is playing the act of an adulterous woman, right?
So I was like, I think I'm supposed to do this. A little intimidated by the kind of character, because it's not usually what I'm known for, you know, the whole adultery thing.
And so she was bringing, you know, mention to the situation. She's like, a lot of women be outside cheating, but the only reason why it is not as publicized, or there's not as many conversations surrounding it, is because when the men are the ones who are getting cheated on, you know, they don't, you know, talk about it as much. They're not going on to social media or their platforms and like basically, you know, being the loudest voices. Whereas when it comes to women, it seems like men are the ones who cheat more because women vocalize it more.
Going to go where a girl, it's her mission, it's on her page, she talking about it every day. She got t-shirts,
She
it's
found
her
the other
movement,
woman.
this is my brand. Right. She got the
GoFundMe
other one.
pages,
She
all.
going to somebody's house like, girl.
Now, I think she's 100% right. Okay? The women, even if it, and this is crazy, but even if it's actually the woman who is the one who is doing the cheating, she will be on her Instagram or her social media creating an entirely different narrative, you know, talking about how some way, somehow, she is the victim. Right? So imagine if a woman is actually wronged in a relationship, she's gonna like shout it from the mountaintop.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
and I don't think men go through it that way. They may talk about it to their circle, but they ain't broadcasting. My girl cheated on me. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, my wife. The pride issues, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This, I again agree with this, right? You know, men are not going to vocalize, you know, their grievances that they have in relationships with women. And, you know, Sway's opinion was that it's obviously because of a pride thing. And I think that that's absolutely a factor.
Pride issues, though.
But I also think it's because men have been shown in relationships, in society, that whenever they voice any kind of discrepancies or problems that they have, that people will always prove to them that they do not care. Right? Like if a man complains, if a man brings his grievances forth, you know, he is not going to get the same sense of community that a woman is, right? If a man comes forth, other men might hear him out, but as a collective on social media or whatever, it's going to be a thing of kind of like, man up.
I don't think men go through it that way. They may talk about it to their circle, but they ain't broadcasting. My girl cheated on me. Ain't nobody. Yep.
Right? Like, oh, well, you know, pack it up. If a man expresses his grievances to a woman, she's going to call him sassy. Like, you know, so men understand that they have to, you know, pick up whatever pieces within their own lives because, you know, outwardly they have been shown on a consistent basis that nobody is going to comfort you or nurture you in the way that society as a whole comforts and nurtures women.
Men don't want to have to admit that, damn, my woman found somebody else. Right? And I'd rather just slide out of here
quietly and just find somebody else, build another life.
And I think this also speaks to what I was just saying, right? Because when if a man cheats, if a man is cheated on in a relationship, he goes into self-reflection. If a woman is cheated on in a relationship, more times than not, she's going to find a reason why he got a problem. He need to speak to somebody. You know, he's never satisfied. He's, you know, she's done it all. She's done everything. Like, there's always going to be that kind of imbalance of a conversation. And so where a man might find embarrassment, a woman kind of finds excitement in the situation because now she has a space to create camaraderie with other women on jumping on the, you know, we can't stand men, and, you know, we're gonna bash men kind of train.
Yeah, and spite you for doing it.
Right. So the thing is, the conversations that we've been having around this movie is the silent leaks. The silent leaks that happen in our marriages and relationships that we don't acknowledge, right?
I love when things like this happen and they can bring forth, you know, tools that people can actually use to navigate relationships, right? Because I think she is right now highlighting the source of the problem. People don't, you know, I think it's a very seldom amount of people who just get up and just decide that they're going to step out on the relationship. There is always a cause for a reason, right? There's always a source of the conflict or source of the problems or the issues. And so she's saying that through these conversations, it's you know, circulating around all of the conversations, but it's getting to that root cause or that root issues and causing people to reflect in their relationships of what causes the actual demise or breakdowns in relationships.
When you're offended, when you don't like something, when you want something but you don't say something. And so it's like the love is literally seeping out like a small hole in a tire. And before you know it, your love is flat because you haven't attended to it.
This is such a word. This is such a word for so many different reasons, you know. There's so many small things that you know, ruin marriages, ruin relationships, right? Or even at the very least ruin the attraction between one another, right? And a lot of people focus on the big things, right? Like, oh, the cheating or the this. Again, that is a effect of something that caused it, right? But when we really narrow it down and have the real conversations, you know, it is the mundane things on a daily basis.
When you're offended, when you don't like something, when you want something but you don't say something. And so it's like the love is literally seeping out like a small hole in a tire. And before you know it, your love is flat because you haven't attended to it.
It is how you answer and respond in regular conversations. It is.
Oh yeah, today my last day for sure. It's my last day for sure. Look where the fuck I'm at! I'm in the middle of Camp Crystal Lake!
Well, they fired me. They took my bag as soon as I walked back in the building, y'all. What the fuck? Back at motherfucking square one. I'm tired. I don't want to see this fucking badge. I don't want to see that fucking building. I am appreciative. I'm grateful I have the schedule I do.
Right now, I got a security job, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me get an Amazon job. My dumb ass said, let me get an Amazon job. Let me get a delivery Amazon job. I'm thinking that shit gonna be sweet. Fuck no, that shit is slavery, bro. I quit, bro. I quit on the Fertile my first day. I'm not doing that shit is slavery, bro. I quit, bro. I swear to God, I quit on me. I quit. It is no way I'm for to work for Amazon. They just slaved me, bro. That's dead, bro. I quit. Y'all not seeing me after today. Y'all not seeing me. I don't think working is for me. But nah, hell no. I just got slaved. Hell no. Fuck no. I quit, nigga. First day. Fuck it. Who I thought I was, boy. I walked into Amazon thinking this shit for to be sweet. Boy, this shit too much work. Boy, this shit slavery, boy. I swear to God, boy, I quit. Boy, I swear to God, boy, I quit, boy. I walked into Amazon. I'm thinking this shit is sweet. I'm driving. I'm working too damn hard, fam. I quit. I swear to God, I quit, fam. No G shit, I quit.
That's what they want
Y'all,
you to
they
do.
about to fire the fuck out of my ass. Look what the fuck I gonna do. Look at the clearance. 6'10". I know this truck about a good 8-9 feet, y'all. The fuck?
You didn't read? You was on your phone.
They about to fucking fire them, knock the camera down and everything.
Yeah, they want your badge.
They about to fucking fire me.
Course,
Oh Lord, it's only the 4th day at work.
So today, after almost 1 year at Amazon, I'm done. I fucking quit. I'm quitting with a Ford truck and shit. When I tell you, I mean this respectfully, Amazon, y'all are out your mind to think that people are going to be running anywhere from 190 to 200 and something stops. This is not packages. It could be anywhere from 300 to 400 packages a day for $20, $25 an hour. To get my check, I'm working 4 days a week, 10-hour shifts. It needs to be $1,100. Yeah, I can keep all of this. I will go back to doing hair full time before I let y'all play with me. Get on the road, and I'm gonna cost y'all just as much money as y'all costing me. Because $1,100, not added up. I'm getting it home to my kids 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. Leaving home at 9:30. I leave out at 9:30. That's 11 hours away from my children to get an $1,100 check. Oh, and it's not weekly. It's bi-weekly. Before taxes, it was $13, $14. After $1,100, yeah, I can go to hell. I will not deliver another package for Amazon. Have a nice day delivering all these stuff. Cause I won't.
So today, guys, I quit Amazon. Sometimes your mental health isn't worth the job. Honestly, the workload was insane. Nearly 400 parcels I had to deliver. How is that humanly possible? I don't know. But to be honest, it wasn't actually the workload. You know, you take the rough and the smooth. But when it's the same people day in, day out who are having tiny roots, and then it's the same people day in, day out absolutely getting shafted, I couldn't take it any longer. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I quit.
I'm going through my memories and shit. Y'all want to see the funniest shit ever? I would never work at Amazon a day in my life. Any job that makes you feel like this, quit immediately. I don't know why I was still holding on. Like, no. I want to see this fucking badge. I want to see that fucking building. I am appreciative. I'm grateful I have the schedule I do.
Damn, I do all that to you?
You just eat, sleep, and shit. You don't have to pay for nothing, so you don't understand. You don't understand. You want to sit down and look at me.
And since ain't nobody saying it, I'm gonna say it. Y'all, please treat these Amazon drivers with some grace. Y'all be nice to y'all Amazon drivers, because we already be on the verge of crashing out. Yeah, Amazon do not care. We work in every condition: rain, hail, snow, heat, extreme heat, cold. We work at it all. We have a time limit. First of all, we got 400 packages in these vans, and we got a time limit as to which one we need to complete this route, delivering to over 200 houses. We get a 30-minute break. Hear me, a 30-minute break. This a 30-minute break, a 10-hour shift. I got 200 houses to hit today, and you got the nerve to be whining and crying because I stepped on your grass. You whining and crying because I didn't put your package where you wanted me to put it. And don't get me wrong, I'm trying my best, but I'm in a time crunch. We already be on the verge of crashing out. Please be nice to y'all Amazon drivers, man. Show them grace. We be tired. We be towed up from the floor up. I be ready to leave this truck on the side of the road. Right now I'm delivering. It is almost, I feel like 90 degrees out here, and I ain't got now AC. None. It's hot, and we're expected to deliver 30 to 40 stops an hour. Extremely overworked and underpaid. Please don't play. Please don't play. That van will be in the middle of your neighborhood, and you better hope that somebody in the neighborhood want to be a good Samaritan and deliver y'all packages for y'all. Y'all, please be nice. Please be nice. Thank you.
You cannot make this up, bro. Amazon is officially becoming like UPS. Watch.
Continue southeast on a parking aisle, then please Please try to find the address on your own.
Out on the Democrat Party for losing the midterms before they even started after risking their most important race on a guy with a Nazi tattoo. You know it's bad when every host agrees this is a new level of Democrat stupidity. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but let's start with them saying this is the worst candidate the Democrats could have picked for such a crucial race.
Like, what else could possibly come up? And I think that takes us to the political part of this. Like, just to do rank politics here, like, this is an extremely important Senate race for our democracy. The Democrats need to pick up 4 Senate seats to take over the Senate and to control Supreme Court nominations, to be able to control the floor for any nominations that Donald Trump wants to put forward for Attorney General or DNI or any important roles in his administration. Like, they have to, you know, those cabinet officials ostensibly will have to be confirmed by the Senate. So taking over the Senate is very important, and winning the Senate, it's pretty hard to do without Maine. And you just look at the map, and North Carolina, Roy Cooper looks very good. A good poll in Ohio for Sherrod Brown. That's 2. Then you get into some pretty big red states. Iowa, the Democrats have a good candidate. Texas, Tellurico, Alaska, they have a good candidate. But those are all states Democrats haven't won in a long time. Democrats have won Maine the last 3 cycles. And all Democrats need to do to win Maine is nominate somebody that gets all of the Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris voters. And so it seems like kind of a silly place to take a big risk. And I think that is the strongest case against Plattner, whether you're a huge Plattner fan or a Plattner opponent. Like, I think there's a prudential question of, like, is this Senate race the place to take this type of risk?
Now, he's confused why they would take this risk because he, like most leftists, are in complete denial about the existential state of the Democrat Party right now. The Supreme Court ruling on the Voting Rights Act alone will require 122 artificial Democrat districts to be redrawn over the next few cycles. The 2030 census will absolutely decimate Democrat apportionment in the House and the Electoral College and give it all to Republicans. And if John Thune ever gets his evac, voter ID requirements combined with ballot harvesting and mail-in voting restrictions will permanently put an end to Democrat election fraud. That doesn't even factor in that conservative families are reproducing well above replacement rate, while liberal families are only reproducing 1.1 child per woman, well below replacement rate. So even the long-term demographic future looks abysmal for Democrats. That's why they're putting all their eggs in the basket of an angry, unhinged communist with a Nazi tattoo, because they realize it's now or never to implement their socialist agenda. But the next MSNBC host really crashes out on the Democrats for backing Graham Plattner.
The problem is his judgment, which he clearly has been lacking in as an adult. It's one thing to have foolish, youthful indiscretions, but I'm sorry, you cannot get past. It is not a Nazi-style tattoo. It is the tattoo of concentration camp guards. It is the very worst tattoo you can get if you are getting anything Nazi, and that's a pretty high bar there. So this has been a slow motion train wreck ever since that tattoo and knowledge of it hit the world, and it's only going to get worse. These texts, there are multiple women. Are all those women going to keep their mouths shut from now until Election Day? What do you think, Lauren?
I just think the politics involved here, the importance of an election, the distraction that it is, I'm just surprised that this candidate has not been handled differently by the party at this point. But
how would you handle this candidate if you were running the party?
If I were in a position to move pieces around here, when this story first broke, that would have been the moment where you have a call with the governor. You have her step back into the race, and you have this candidate remove himself, because it's a counter narrative to where the Democrats have been narratively on issues like this.
If MSNBC is willing to speak against Graham Plattner so openly and aggressively, you can bet that means actual Democrat voters are having reservations with supporting him. The same people who have been brainwashed for over a decade into believing that Donald Trump is a Nazi because he believes the United States should have borders, and believe Democrats exist just to preserve democracy and fight against the fascism are now being involuntarily demanded to vote for a guy with an actual Nazi tattoo, and not just a swastika tattoo which represents the state of Nazi Germany. No, the Totenkopf tattoo, which represents the worst Nazis, the SS Death Guard camps. And Graham Plattner's excuse has always been, I was drunk in my 20s, I didn't know what the tattoo represented. But in this MSNBC interview with Graham Plattner, the host exposes to Graham Plattner's face on live TV that's a massive lie. He did know.
Is again totally false.
I do want to follow up one place on this, and I don't want to get too forensic, but you know, the Times basically reported that they saw texts of hers, including a text in August, I believe August 3rd of last year. This would be before October of last year, in which she basically said that you had a quote Nazi tattoo, and she joked about how she's going to go volunteer for Collins. Now, again, this is a text that got sent, so like we can place the time, right? This is in August. How does she know it's a Nazi tattoo in August of last year, and you don't know it's a Nazi tattoo in August of last year?
Well, she certainly didn't send that text to me. So whoever she sent it to and was talking to, that's I can't say why, but I will say that I certainly didn't know, and the text messages she's sending to friends who.
Ever see to MSNBC calling a Democrat out for lying. The Democrats are so desperate for survival, they've abandoned the facade of being the morally righteous party and have accepted their remaining only identity and ideology is beat Donald Trump or die trying. And even if their candidates are horrendously morally flawed, which they despise Donald Trump for, and derived all of their obnoxious, pretentious self-righteousness from, if their bloodthirsty militant communist revolutionary base likes the guy, well, that's good enough for them. And that's creating a divide amongst Democrats who pride themselves in being morally superior to Republicans and Democrats who want to crush Republicans at all costs. But even Dana Bash on CNN is saying that supporting Graham Plattner is a hard thing to square for Democrats.
Abby, one of the questions that I'm looking at is how they square those two arguments. Plattner saying, my past is being weaponized politically, and, you know, unsaid there is what is being weaponized in addition to the Nazi tattoo, which he, you know, covered up and claims that he didn't know was a Nazi tattoo, the Reddit posts about women, but more recently, the women coming out and making allegations of unsettling behavior. And then Ro Khanna at the same event effectively saying, we support women, we believe women. And how do you reconcile those two notions?
I think it's hard to, and I think the Democratic Party, the National Party, is having a hard time doing that.
No, it's not hard to reconcile. It's impossible to reconcile these two things. The Democrat Party that clamors at any baseless accusation towards Republicans and declares it to be indisputable evidence of wrongdoing because believe all women, are now shaming, ignoring, and attacking the women who claim Graham Plattner did inappropriate things to them. And this hypocrisy could not be more apparent than Graham Plattner getting the support of two of the most prominent Democrat feminists, AOC and Sunny Hostin.
As you all know, this all kind of just came out. I've been doing legislative business on the floor, so I need to dig into everything further before commenting on it. Yeah, because I think this reporting just recently came out, so I just want to make sure that I'm fully read up on it before I comment on it.
Generally about Plattner, are you concerned by what you've seen so far? Does he offer voters more of an does he need to offer voters more of an explanation?
I mean, again, I think I have to read up on this latest reporting. You know, I think everyone, when we run for office, our responsibilities to our constituents and to the people of for me, New York 14, in this case, for the people of Maine. So I think a lot of it, again, I don't want to speak before I've dug into a lot of, you know, before I've dug into what's out there. So I just want to be respectful of that.
A lot of good people have seen what politics has turned into. They've seen that, that the bar is very, very low, and they don't want to get muddied by what's going on in Washington. But I will say, yesterday I was sort of on the fence. I'm like, character matters, morals matter. I can't believe that this is the person in Maine that's gonna, take on the Republican, take on Susan Collins. I'm now convinced that we are really in a bad place in this country. Democrats have to take over the Senate. They have to take over the House. They have to bring some semblance of normalcy back to this government. And if it takes getting behind someone like Plattner, which 51% of voters in Maine say that they will get behind him as opposed to 42%. If I lived in Maine, I would hold my nose and I would pull that lever and I would vote for him.
That is a crowd of women celebrating, applauding, and supporting a man who has been accused by multiple women of sexual improprieties. The level of hypocrisy is outstanding, and you can see the extreme cognitive dissonance they are experiencing visually on their face. They are nervous, anxious, and distressed, trying to justify their support for Graham Plattner. Their explanation is like carefully navigating a minefield of contradictions. But it's wonderful that they're ripping the mask off and admitting that they're unscrupulous, they have no morals, they have no values, they have no principles. They are just Trump deranged lunatics trying to hold on to political power. The Democrats know if they're not allowed to cheat, they will become nationally irrelevant and never win elections again. So they're doing everything they can to quickly install authoritarian sympathizing communists and institute a Democrat-controlled one-party state, because if they have to rely on getting elected democratically, they will never hold power again. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Turn on those notification bells so you never miss a video.
Washington, D.C., and I have just returned from the White House witnessing an American rebirth. Libtards have no answer and have been set back 1,000 years by the America 250 celebration and military performance platform apparatus of the UFC Battle Royale Octagon fight under the claw in the South Lawn of the White House. Single greatest sporting event in the history of our country and maybe the world just took place. The aesthetics were like a shot to the heart of every patriot to confirm that patriots are in fact in control. Patriots are in control as President Trump and Dana White made their way through the White House. This is me making my way into the claw to witness history. I don't know how anyone could not be so filled with overwhelming pride at our nation, the love of the country, the chills of listening to these uniformed service members, which again made up 70% of the audience. I'm filming this. This is my perspective, where I was sitting during the flyover, listening. Zac Brown band playing. And the fighter jets. There's a rip roaring. In the Empire's submission formation, and we saw submission after submission after submission. My boy, Bo Nickel, crushing. You saw Canadians get KO'd. Sugar Sean, ladies and gentlemen, just absolutely demolishing his opponent. Bo Nickel, who I consider a friend and has been a friend of our program, has been on the show a couple of times, going over and dapping up Trump. He told me he was going to dap up Trump after he submits his opponent, and he did, a man of his word. Same thing with Sean O'Malley. Just pure energy, love, and respect. The two fighters, Sean O'Malley sleeps a Canadian. The crowd goes insane. The crowd goes absolutely ballistic. I don't know what else to say, man. This was a shot to the heart that the nation needed. It was so beautiful to see everybody unite around something that we could all agree with. America kicks ass, that combat sports kick ass, that there's something worth fighting for in this nation, that we can put on these productions and highlight our military and first responders and the strength of our country right after making a historic peace deal, and that not everything has to be toxic, political, or divisive. Actually, if we like the toxicity and divisiveness of like the Pride Month transgender grotesqueness of Joe Biden's last, year, 2 years ago, right? They were all taking off their clothes and prancing around the White House lawn in front of children. That's what they were doing. We don't have to do that. That's decline. Decline is a choice. Was there a single moment during Biden's auto-pen presidency that made you feel proud? This stuff is just so cool. It is badass. That's my takeaway. Melania Trump walked out stunning, just stunning. Aura maxing, stunning. Look at this, Melania. Come on. Makes you proud to be an American. Pete Hegseth firing up the troops. These guys are ready to run through a wall. Pete Hegseth is there, Secretary of Defense. Gets the people going. How can you be against this? The summer of the Patriot is officially here. Americans won. American fighters were thrilling to watch and just absolutely excited. Giving Trump a giant gold necklace. Josh Hokett. Again, and President Trump wearing his giant America 250 pin. I don't think there's ever been a more unifying, exhilarating, energetic, fun. Look at this, Tyson Fury wearing a Donald Trump for Prime Minister hat there, ringside. UFC White House event is the coolest thing ever, and you should be allowed to say that without being accused of being right-wing. Look at this. Look at this. Lopez standing on the ring. Just the aesthetics. It was just grandeur. I don't know. I haven't really processed it, but my takeaway, because Mark Zuckerberg was there, tons of people from recording industry and other professional athletes and titans of industry and some of the smartest and most successful people on earth that in no other universe would ever consider themselves a Republican or want to be associated with a Republican White House. They were all there. And I guess my major takeaway is we run culture now. And all we had to do was go take it because nobody actually liked what the left was selling. This is what right-wing governments deliver for you. Patriots in control governments. Democrat-controlled governments have a couple of mutants dancing around naked on the White House lawn. That's Democrat-controlled governance. This is right-wing governance. This goes so hard. It is so jaw-dropping that even CNN is out here saying, this is a dream come true. The fans are delighted. And this is just the beginning of a legendary night at the People's House. SpaceX is sponsoring. Michelle Obama is a man. Is what Josh Hokett said.
America! Michelle Obama is a man! Am I right, America?
UFC event is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I regret nothing. 2 Americas tonight. That's right. They tried to counter program with one of the saddest, lamest, most libtard thing that's ever libtarded. Every winner at the UFC White House tonight is honoring and praising Jesus after their win. Except for the guy that said Michelle Obama's a man. Thank God Trump won. I can watch the UFC fights at the White House with nothing but patriotic commercials in between instead of having to watch whatever left-wing, America-hating, land-acknowledging drag show commie trash Kamala Harris would have done. I voted for this. I'm not a Donald Trump supporter, but this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. It's called the Super Delta Formation. Ooh. The amount of liberals hate watching UFC is hilarious. Enjoy the show, losers. UFC at the White House, the most gangster American shit ever. You cannot convince me otherwise. F the haters. I don't care what anyone says. The pre-show is straight electricity. Fighters pulling up to the White House. Marine Corps band, pure patriotic energy. I just watched a Brazilian beat up an American in front of the president, and then he recited John 3:16, and then he asked his girlfriend to marry him, all while the other guy was getting medical attention, only in America. Dana's already cooking up a fight. UFC is pretty damn sick, not gonna lie. I don't see the argument against it. And there have been presidents who host stuff way worse at the White House. That's exactly right. Such a monumental success. Total defeat for the America-hating leftists. Incredible watching all the Europeans here in the World Cup realize that America is indeed the greatest country in the world. The EU bureaucrats sold them a fake image of the US while holding their own nations back. We don't have to be held back. We can be a great country. We can be the country that the rest of the world actually thinks we are. We have God on our side. We should just embrace that. I'm not normally a UFC person, but my knowledge is playing Punch-Out on Nintendo when I was a kid. But this event is absolutely incredible. UFC is one of the most patriotic things I've ever seen. Liberals are mad about it. Imagine being a libtard and having to pretend the aesthetics of the White House UFC are not incredible. Also, some of the greatest matches, some of the greatest fights you've ever seen. White House UFC makes it okay for culture to be more masculine. This is a good thing. Masculinity built the world. It should be celebrated and honored. Trump put on an event with incredible aura. I watched from Australia, thinking it made America look cool as hell. Honestly, just effing awesome. It was effing awesome. Again, I'm still processing it. I'll record again. I'll record tomorrow on it. But it's okay to love America. It's okay to embrace how awesome this country is and America Max. And to say that America isn't done, we're not in controlled decline. America's just getting started. We own space. We have the greatest military in the world. We have the greatest people in the world. We have the biggest economy in the world. We still have free speech. We still have innovation. We still have a capitalist economy. We still have the ability to create and build and to unlock